Hey, what's going on, Geminis? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And we're going to be using the Tarot of Love. Or the Tarot of Dreams is what we're using. Tarot of Love would be nice. I'll look into that. See if that's actually a deck. I'm sure it is. It's got to be. If it's not, I'm gonna have to make it. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get it. First, what do we have for Geminis? What is going on for the Geminis? All right, Geminis. Whew. A lot of energy here. The first thing I see, Geminis, is I feel like there is someone. This is someone. I feel like you have a very strong history with. I feel like this is someone that. I feel like you have a deep connection with this person. I feel like it's been something that, this is not new. This is something that goes on and on and on. And I feel like no matter how many times this ends, it always comes back. You know, there's this magnetic pull you have with this person. We see the Lover's card. I feel like there is a lot going on here. I feel like this is someone that I feel like you have a very, like I said, I feel like there's a deep connection, but I feel like it's never really been exposed that way. I feel like there's something that always keeps pulling you back to this person, and I feel like we don't really understand it yet. You know, I feel like neither one of you really understand this connection. I feel like you both feel it. I feel like you both... I just feel like no matter how far you are from each other, you keep being pulled back toward each other. And that's what we don't understand. Why do we keep being pulled back to this person? Because I feel like there is points when this relationship gets toxic. You know, I feel like you know which buttons to push on each other. I feel like sometimes, you know, I feel like there's two people that they love each other so much. And they're so wrapped up in each other that I feel like it almost feels like sometimes you're the only two people in the world. And I feel like when things get too much for you or for too much for them, it's almost like they take it out on you or you take it out on them. And it's almost like that's why you push each other's buttons, because it's almost like you know each other so well. But then you get over it. And I don't want to, I don't feel like this is a toxic relationship. I feel like there's some toxic, there's some toxic energy going on between the two of you, but I feel like it's something that we haven't, I feel like you can talk to this person about almost anything except for this. This is the one thing we don't talk about. I feel like there's a lot of trust issues between the two of you. I feel like there's a lot of... It's so complicated. You know, you have... The two of you there's a lot of fiery energy between the two of you. I feel like there's a lot of passionate, I feel like it's very physical. And I just feel like there's two people that love each other so much that neither one of them really are admitting it, though. I feel like neither one of you expected to feel this way for each other, and it's almost like multiple sabotage. Like sometimes in relationships, you'll meet someone, and they'll sabotage it because they're not ready for it, or they can't accept the love that you're giving them, or they can't accept the fact that this is what it is. I mean, sometimes people reject the idea of love, and I feel like neither one of you really expected this. And I feel like when it comes right down to it, I feel like you both self-sabotage. I feel like you push each other away, but you're not strong enough to push each other away completely because you keep coming back to each other. It's because there's some issues that we haven't fully discovered. There's some issues that we haven't fully talked about. And I feel like until we talk about it, it's still always going to be there. But we need to talk about it. And I feel like you are going to be talking about it. I feel like the conversation that you've always needed to have is going to be had. And I feel like in that that communication, I feel like we're going to have a huge epiphany. And I feel like it's going to be on both sides. It's a very twin flamey energy going on here. It's like no matter how far you get away from each other, you keep getting pulled back together because you were meant to be together. I feel like I did a similar read the other day. Sometimes two people come together, and it can seem like oil and water sometimes, fire and ice. Like you don't mix, but somehow you always found a way to mix. I feel like there's a lot of control issues as well. I feel like you felt like you were being controlled at points, but I feel like a lot of that partly is them. I feel like they try to be in control and they don't like not being in control because it's kind of a pride thing. But there's also the other hand where I feel like you don't like that feeling of being controlled. And neither one of you are willing to give an inch here. You're so similar. But no matter what happens between the two of you, you always think about each other. They're always there. In those moments, your happiest and your darkest moments, they're always the person you think about. And I feel like emotionally, neither one of you are ever going to walk away from this because I feel like this was meant to be. I feel like this is your person. And I feel like until we acknowledge that, until we talk about it, until we expose what's really going on here, it's going to keep going on in this circle. There is some, like I said, there is, with that King of Wands in reverse, there's a very prideful energy within this person. I feel like they have a hard time admitting how much they truly need you and want you. And I feel like, it's not all on them because I feel like it's the same for you. I feel like you have a hard time expressing those true feelings with this person. I feel like you want to, you feel it. But the reason why I really feel like that twin flame soulmate energy here is because I feel like no matter how far you get away from each other, you always find a way back, but there's more. I feel like this person gives you balance. I feel like you feel like the person you want to be when you're with this person, and they feel the same way. They had never met anyone like you, and I feel like this is the complication that we have sometimes when we don't understand, I just feel like there's two people that didn't ever expect to fall in love. They thought they were better than that. They thought that wasn't going to be for them. They thought they couldn't even love someone. And when they found someone they loved, it's hard to accept it. It's hard to need someone, to know that you need someone. It's hard to know that the person that you want and the person you need are the same person. And I feel like sometimes it is a bit of self-sabotage, like I said, in the fact that, you push each other away, even though you don't want to. I feel like that communication that's coming, I feel like the positives that's coming from it is I feel like you're going to find that balance. I feel like you're going to be able to finally acknowledge how you feel for each other. And I feel like that's going to be something that's going to, be groundbreaking when it comes to this. I feel like it's a huge transformation in your relationship. And I feel like you're finally going to, get to where you were meant to be. I see a lot of forward movement with that cancer energy, the chariot. I see a strong foundation that you guys already have built. And I just feel like this person they have a hard time expressing how much you truly mean to them. And I feel like you have the same problem. And it's so, like I said, I feel like there's two people that are so very similar. It causes friction. But I feel like you both know what you want. You don't want to be apart. Neither one of you want to let the other one go. And it's because you weren't meant to let the other person go. You were meant to have that conversation. You were meant to have more communication. I feel like this is the person that you can be weird with. And I truly feel like, I know that sounds weird to some people, but I feel like we're all a bit weird. And when we find someone that accepts our weirdness and actually, promotes it, I feel like that's that person we feel safe with. We feel comfortable with that person. And we can have, we feel comfortable in talking about anything. But I feel like the two of you weren't necessarily comfortable talking about the emotional side. And I feel like that's what's always been missing. You felt like there was always something missing. They felt like there was always something missing. What was missing is we weren't talking about how we were feeling. We weren't talking about the deep feelings that we have for each other. And I feel like once we do, we're going to understand that magnetic force that pulls us back together every single time. This is not over because it wasn't meant to be over. And the sooner we get to that transparent conversation where we can be completely honest with each other and completely expose ourselves to each other, then we can finally get to the place where we understand this connection. And then it can finally grow. And once we get there, I see a lot of happiness. But we have to nurture it. We have to... I'm not going to bullshit you and say this is going to be easy. It's not. But it's going to be worth it. Because at the end of the day, this person would do anything for you. And at the end of the day, you would do anything for them. And that's not something you find every day. That's what most people that haven't found it are still looking for. And once we understand how lucky we truly are, that's when we can finally move forward. And that's when we finally can grow. And that's when we finally can, reap the benefits of being with our person. And I'm not going to say that this, like I said, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. We're all looking for that right person. Unless you found that right person, we're looking. And you found them. And that's why you keep getting pulled back toward them. And that's why they keep getting pulled back towards you. But until we put all our cards on the table and really sit down and say, listen, this is how I feel. This is what I want. And when we have that conversation, it's going to give us so much clarity into why we keep getting pulled toward each other. Because you were meant to be together. It's that elephant in the room. We keep circling around it, but we're not talking about it. We keep getting, one pushes the other way. And that's the funny thing I see with this is it's both sides. I feel like you push them, they push you. but something keeps pulling you back together. And with this person, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, or Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. It's not about when this is going to be over, or why hasn't this ever ended, or why do I feel compelled to this person, why do I feel this chemistry with this person, but it never seems to work out. It's because we don't talk about what's really going on. And if there's anybody in the world that you can be completely exposed to, I feel like it's, like I said, neither one of you were expecting to fall in love. I feel like both of you never really felt like you ever would find love. Like you felt like you were too different. Like you felt like you would never find someone that could completely and utterly accept you for who you truly are. And when you found them, it's scary. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.